up, YouTube? Welcome to week 3 of the PMC. This week we are battling Phantom Base and the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I'm pretty excited for this match. I am, but we are going to go ahead and kind of just pick his team apart a little bit because there's a couple things I noticed. So we've done this twice already. You know how this works. I'll pick out 6 mons I'm almost positive is going to come, and 3 that are maybes. Leave the other 2 out because I don't really see them. But I really see him bringing Victini, Mega Gardevoir, Galvantula, Golurk, Empoleon, and Garbodor. Now, there's a couple really tricky things that I noticed about his team. Not being one of them. Victini is good everywhere. I see very few reasons to ever not bring it to a match, especially here. Now, we're gonna do some closing points once I reveal my team. But Victini is very good and very scary. But we'll touch up a little bit more on that later. Mega Gardevoir kind of speaks for itself. Given my squad, if Mega Beedrill's out of the way, a Combine Mega Gardevoir is terribly dangerous to my team, especially if she's packing the HP ground. I'm not okay with that. No, Mega Gardevoir is kind of frightening. I can see that happening. Galvantula is my team as a whole is much faster than these Cavaliers, and I don't say that as a negativity, just as an observation. But I feel like Galvantula is really going to make an impact here because speed is a very key point to my team. You figure Mega Beedrill, Dragonite, Infernape, all of those things can be very good cleanups if they have their speed intact. Knockdown Mega Beedrill speed, useless. Absolutely useless. The thing's got like 40 base defense. Let's see, what's it? Golurk. You mentioned Golurk? And I think Empoleon. I think Golurk and Empoleon were ad drops for his team. Now Tyler was nice enough to let me know before I prepped without checking on them, so thank you, Tyler. Golurk is, oh my god, that thing hits so hard. I actually thought about drafting it just based off of how good it really is with a choice band / assault vest. Because Golurk is disgustingly strong, especially being ground and ghost. It's got access to some pretty powerful moves on both sides, i.e. Earthquake and Phantom Force. So I really see Golurk coming just out of pure strength, and it's actually part of the reason I have Melodic in the red. So I figured, oh, I have Zapdos. He's not going to bring Melodic, and if he brings Melodic for Zapdos, we'll just count no. Because, oh man, physically defensive Melodic hurts like a bitch, especially if you have it cored off with an Assault Vest Golurk. My team really can't bypass that very well at all, outside of stacking on like a grass type attack to something, maybe Tangela, but then Melodic can just tag on Ice Beam, or Golurk tags on Ice Punch. Yeah, with an Eviolite, with an Eviolite at max defense, Tangela's base D goes up to 175. That's great. Ice Beam from a Melodic is still gonna make me second guess keeping it in. But the only reason I see Melodic as a possibility is because that core with physical Melodic and Assault Vest Golurk completely just walls my team. Almost perfectly. So I figured that was something to watch out for. I totally skipped Hydreigon. Don't know why. Just totally overlooked it. But Hydreigon is another very dangerous mon. He could throw a Scarf on it, he could give it Specs, and either which one is terribly dangerous. And depending on which item it is, if I guess wrong, I probably lose something. And that's a scary thought. But at the same time, I feel like it's too easily predictable. If I see a Hydreigon, I'm going to expect Scarf. I'm going to expect Specs. By that point, it's just here. Have a special wall and then I'll calc the damage. So, just a possibility. Empoleon, I feel like, is a much better option to bring than Avalugg. Solely because it sets up and it defogs. He doesn't have to worry about coming into Avalugg, rapid spinning, and hitting Frostlass. And Empoleon can get in, it can defog no matter what. It's also a very good wall. Don't get me wrong, Avalugg's not a good wall, but I feel like being an Ice type, it makes it susceptible to a lot of hits, and considering this is League format, I feel like it's safe to assume that Avalugg's physical defense, although very high, is basically just cut in half because of its typing. Again, I don't see it in any way as bad, but close combat, Stone Edge, Flare Blitz, and that's only the physical attacks. Again, Avalugg's not bad. Empoleon, I feel like, is just a better option in this scenario. It can defog, set up rocks. It's very good offensively and defensively. Off topic a little bit. A friend of mine actually made a very good physical, I think it was Swords Dance, Aqua Jet, Empoleon. I could be wrong. That's debatable. But it worked out really well. And that's something I try to keep in mind every time I see an Empoleon. Celebi. I'm going to tell you a story. When I was in the WPF with Yuma, it was Season 2, I was having very particular problems against this team. I'm not going to go into who it is because third parties, I don't want to just start dropping it. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. But let's move this a little bit. I feel like this light's kind of bearing down on me. Alright, that's not better at all. But anyway, Celebi's a possibility because it's a very good cleric. It can set up rocks. It's another one of those mons that can go... It can be physical. I love physical Celebi. It's a very realistic option. But... I don't know, it's typing again. Mega Beedrill one-shots it. Which really doesn't say a whole lot, because Mega Beedrill one-shots a lot of things. But... Celebi's only a possibility here because Nasty Plot Celebi is such a monster. It really is. Continuing the story that I forgot I was telling. Yuma helped me train against my opponent in the WPF Season 2 by telling me to build my opponent's team and Yuma would build mine. So he comes in with this Nasty Plot Celebi. I think it had Nasty Plot, Recover, Dark Pulse, and Giga Drain, and it was just... It was a monster, and I've run that exact set maybe 4 times in WPF and has yet to disappoint me. I'm going to turn my light off real fast. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now see, it's a little dark over here. But either way, Nasty Plot Celebi is something to be reckoned with, and I hope to not see it. But at the same time, if Tyler is aware of the potential in that against my team, maybe not against my team specifically. I'm not gonna lie, I really couldn't find a third mon to really add as a possibility. I feel like I have a very good matchup here, but in no way does that mean that I got cocky in my prep. But Garbodor's next. Basically because it walls Mega Beedrill so well. I mean, as a physically defensive poison type, he can easily wall Beedrill, he can scare it out. If he has Rocks up, not only do I have to switch Beedrill out, but it keeps me afraid to play it. That and Rocks in general hurts my team a lot. thinking about fixing that a little bit. Wink. But Garbodor's good. It's just such a good physical wall. I don't even think Infernape can one-shot it. And it does. It's got a lot of fun tech. But that being said, let's go on over to our team. Now, oh, how do I do this? How do I do this every time? Okay. I really don't get it. I just obviously I am bringing Mega Beedrill, despite the fact that I can never seem to. Is that right? Despite the fact that I can never seem to really get his EVs all the way on there. Is that? Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Back on topic. Back on topic. We've got Stabby the Mega Beedrill coming in. Stabby outspeeds his entire team almost perfectly. I really calculated his speed EVs out to outspeed his fastest mon, which is Galvantula. I think we actually only need 96. I'll double check. I think we only need 96. Galvantula, it should be 108 speed. Make him timid. Yeah, I'll fix it. But Mega Beedrill is made to outspeed his fastest mon at a plus speed nature, which has me kind of afraid because I feel like I really feel like he has to bring something with the Scarf. He has to, unless he just plans to solely rely on Garbodor. So I'm really thinking that Victini is gonna have to be Scarf since Mega Garbodor can't. Galvantula, it wouldn't make sense to. And past that, it's really just bulky mons. So, oh, also Hydreigon. Hydreigon could be, but on point. Mega Beedrill is that will maxing his speed out at 100 really lets me keep everything I need to in his attack. We have 252 adamant attack and capping out at 225 at, for some reason, level 51. I don't know why that's there. Either way, 252 adamant attack stat. Yeah, it's late. We have stereotypical Beedrill set: Protect, U-Turn, Poison Jab, and Knock Off. I thought about Drill Run. I really did. But I figure it's too dangerous. If he can easily try to fake me out with Garbodor. I go for a Drill Run. He can switch out into Uxie, Hydreigon, Golurk if he's running Levitate, and give me a nice counter shot from there. I don't want that to happen. I would rather just ignore the fact of it. Knockoff does do a good 50% to Garbodor. So we have Protect, U-Turn, Poison Jab, and Knockoff specifically for that reason. Also, outside of Colberry, Golurk, we can deal very, very heavy damage to that. Knockoff also kills Victini. U-Turn, I think, has a chance of killing Gardevoir. I know Poison Jab does about 200% to her. Drill Run was also almost there for Empoleon, but Knockoff still does a very heavy amount. Same with Uxie. Well, it doesn't matter as much for Uxie. U-Turn does about this. U-Turn is much better, so depending. Celebi does die to U-Turn as well as Knockoff, depending on the spread. So Mega Beedrill's pretty set. I'm gonna level with you guys. I know it's very frowned upon for League format, but this thing is just, it's hard not to bring it. It is. It's such a glass cannon, plus with adaptability, and even with a basic set, it hits so hard and outspeeds so much that it's really just difficult to not bring. If anything, it just takes like a little bit of know-how and conservation. But past that, we've got Stormcaller the Zapdos. Yes, I know, 3 weeks in a row, and and a completely different spread from the first two. But Stormcaller is all up in here. We have Stormcaller basically max special defense, max HP. Pretty much just to I really wanted to be careful about the Mega Gardevoir, as well as Hydreigon, Galvantula, and the possibility of a special Victini. Mega Gardevoir hits really hard, and given I only really have 2 walls, I have 2 checks for it. But if one goes down, or she happens to be running one of 2 specific hidden powers, that's a free kill for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I'm not for that. So Zapdos, max HP, max PDF, a little bit of speed investment, should be able to wall not Victini so much, and it will live a hit from Mega Gardevoir, but we will be able to gain some momentum off of that. It can 2-shot Empoleon with no special attack investment, and we can live an Ice Beam from a specially offensive Empoleon. I think it's a possible 3-hit KO at most, but still not terrible. But we do have Stormcaller with Thunderbolt, Roost, Defog, and Toxic. Toxic is really just there for, I know, I expect him Garbodor and Empoleon, so bring Toxic for Melodic. If he does bring, he could either bring physically defensive Melodic with Assault Vest Golurk, or especially defensive Melodic with Bulky Golurk, and both of which would really mess my team up a lot. So I wanted to prep in case he brought specially defensive Melodic. We don't have any special attack investment, so that Toxic will really eat away. Roost is obvious, Thunderbolt's obvious. We have Defog just because, much like my team, the Escavaliers have the ability to really stack on hazards, like really, really hard, and I want none of that. None of it whatsoever, especially since one of my win cons is Beedrill, who really doesn't like hazards. So we have Defog on Stormcaller specifically for that reason. I really don't want hazards on my side, and if it means getting rid of my own, I think we'll be okay. Past that, we're up to Hot Potato the Heatran. Look how hot that is. But Hot Potato's got a very awkward spread. We have Earth Power for Victini, for Empoleon, for Garbodor. We have Flash Cannon for Mega Gardevoir. Yeah. We have Flamethrower for Galvantula, for Avalugg, for Celebi, and Dark Pulse again for Victini. 2 shots Mega Gardevoir. Kills Golurk if he's not Assault Vest. It does massive damage to Celebi, and I think it kills Uxie depending on the set. So obviously Hot Potato is one of our win cons, if not our most prominent. We have 196 HP investment specifically so that we can wall very heavily. 252 modest special attack maxing out just so we can make sure we're hitting everything as hard as physically possible. 52 Spadef investment because I feel like if he's gonna bring something in against Heatran, it's gonna be a special hitter. And just enough speed to outspeed some speed creepers. Wow, say that 5 times fast. But Heatran's definitely our most prominent win con here. I think it's really gonna bring the game home. More so for late game, it's still really slow and still doesn't have any defense investment. Golurk kinda has his way with it if it can outspeed or live a Dark Pulse. You have Galvantula can get a Sticky Web up. That might be it, especially if Mega Gardevoir is holding HP ground. Again, Calm Mind Celebi. Flamethrower kinda has its way with Celebi, but depending on the set, Calm Mind Celebi. Next up, we have Bruce Willis, the Unbreakable Fortress, rocking the rapid spin, stealth rock, spikes, and counter, max HP, max defense, a little bit of speed def investment, and bad speed nature for no reason outside of the fact that it's already slow. It's a fortress. It speaks for itself. Get some rocks up, get some spikes up, spin your shit away. We have counter over Volt Switch. It was a last minute switch. I figure I really wanted a trump card in case Victini was kind of just running rampant. So I figure he'll probably start with Victini. I really want to get Fortress out there. We can go for a counter. Kill him on the, the hell's that attack called? You know what I'm talking about. Physical, fire attack, lowers your stats. I don't use Victini. I know it's physical. I know it's physical. But Bruce Willis is here, really just our trump card against Victini, get some hazards up, spin away in case he wants to set some up with Celebi, Garbodor, Oopsie, what have you. Past that, he really doesn't have a lot of physical attackers for me to utilize as Bruce Willis for. None actually outside of Golurk, Avalugg, and Garbodor. So I don't see Fortress living very well. But hopefully before it dies, we can get some hazards up for us. Past that, we got Frank. Now Frank, the man with a plan, coming in there with a Shadow Ball, Psychic, Moonblast, and Memento. We've got a nice Chore Scarf on him. Same HP investment as we did in week 1. Max special attack. And just enough speed to speed creep. Now, Frank, I'm not gonna lie to you, Frank is not here to deal damage. Frank is not here to kill stuff. Frank is here specifically as a bluff. Given his team, Gardevoir also really can't do a whole lot of damage at all here. I think Moonblast kills Hydreigon, unless it's Scarfed, and then we die. To a Flash Cannon. I think. I didn't actually calc that. I probably should have put Energy Ball on it for Melodic and Golurk. But at the same time, Shadow Ball does okay damage. Shadow Ball does heavy damage to an Assault Vest. Shadow Ball does heavy damage to a regular Golurk, but okay damage to Assault Vest. There we go. Shadow Ball also hits Victini. It does not kill, and will probably die on the rebound. But again, Gardevoir really isn't here so much to kill as it is to scare. His main priority is really to come in on something strong like Mega Gardevoir, who we're not outspeeding, but we can live a hit from. Coming on Mega Gardevoir, we can come in on Golurk, we can come in on Victini. Anything that really packs enough of a punch so we can Memento, go into Banana, and start Dragon Dancing. Now, I love Banana. Look how happy he is. He is such a happy banana. But we have Dragonite. Level 55, don't let those stats fool you. I had to set it to standards that would be illegal to use. But Dragonite's here with the multi-scale. We have Dragon Dance, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, and Extreme Speed. Holding a Lumberry, I really don't want to get burned by something. Or, oh god, paralyzed. If I get 2 Dragon Dances up and get paralyzed, I'll throw my DS. That's exactly what would happen. So we have a Lumberry on there to avoid that. But Banana kind of just wrecks his entire team. Victini gets one-shotted by a +1 Earthquake. Gardevoir gets one-shotted by a +1 Earthquake. Melodic, I think, takes 3 D-Dances to really get going. Galvantula gets taken out by an Extreme Speed if we've already broken the Sash. Hydreigon goes down to a Dragon Claw. Golurk goes down to Dragon Claw after it depends on the spread. I'm going to say 2 to be safe, maybe 3. Empoleon goes down to an Earthquake. Avalugg. See, I really don't think he'll bring Avalugg. I don't think at all that he'll bring Avalugg, just because I have so many mons I can take it down. So, If he does, God help us all. Again, depending on the set, Dragon Claw takes out Celebi. It takes +2 EQ, I'm sorry, yeah, a +2 EQ to take out Goboder, and I think a +2 Dragon Claw to take out Uxie, depending on the set. But Banana is win con number 3. In order of priority, I think Stabby will do the best, and then Hot Potato, and then Banana, considering he takes a lot more prepping up to do. We essentially have to come in off of a Memento and get a free D-Dance up. That's basically how it has to happen. But I got a lot of faith in this team, and I'm really excited to play against the Escavaliers. I think it's going to be a fun match. So, with that, I will see you guys in a couple days for the actual battle, and I hope you're just as pumped as I am. But until then, stay frosty. Wait, hold up, we are not done yet. Not done yet. Got one more update. So, after careful consideration, I, coach of the Jersey Doubles, have decided to use some of our free agencies. Now, before I do this, I want to make mention that I love these 2 mods. I do. Not working. Not working for me. First of all, we are going to drop Burnus in the Pangoro. I like Pangoro. I do. I had a lot of fun learning how to use him, and I had a lot of fun with what he was doing. But I don't like him in League format. I feel like Pangoro's too easy to prep for, as not fast enough to really do too much. It's a heavy hitter, it is. Really heavy hitter, and it's really good for a 1-punch kill. But I don't want something that's just going to be a 1-punch kill, you know? I want something that I can rely on to come in and just, I guess, clean up. It's a very good wall breaker, and I appreciate that. But at the same time, I have wall breakers. And if I need a physical wall broken, we have enough special attackers on our team to be able to fill that role better, I guess. So, Pangoro, I like you. You're a lot of fun. You're off the team. Number 2, my ex. Frostlass and I have had a lot of fun memories together, mainly which have been in the ISA, where, given Frostlass is Frostlass has a lot of utility, and I don't use it for that. I prefer to utilize its speed and its variety of moves with Scarf, Specs, Life Orb. I like Frostlass, but again, I think the mod I have in mind could fill her role just a little better. Now, in lieu of that, we are picking up, to fill Pangoro's position, I've decided that the Jersey Doubles will recruit Sasuke the Sneasel. Now, I know, OMG, it's Nuchia. Uchiha means weasel, lol. Look at Sneasel. Just do me a favor and look at it for like 2 seconds. It's a little punk ass. Like, it is. It fits Sasuke perfectly. Not to say I don't like Sasuke, but he's a little punk ass. But that being said, Sneasel is going to completely fill in for our loss in speed that dropping Frostlass would create. It will continue to give us Dark and Ice Stab, making use of that 95 physical attack. Much weaker than Pangoro, but at the same time, I feel like it's much more versatile. Not versatile, much more usable. Its versatility is pretty weak, but with a Sneasel, you really don't need too much versatility. I mean, understandably, it's going to be relying on Ice Shard, Icicle Crash, Knockoff, Low Kick, but whatever. We gonna kill stuff. That's what I'm looking for here. We're gonna kill stuff. Choice Band, Life Orb, Focus Ash. I got a couple other tricks that I don't want to give away just yet, because I think they're going to be fun. After that, we've got our replacement for Frostlass. I know, what am I going to do without a ghost type? Nothing, because I have a ghost type. We are going to pick up Miss Magius, and oh my god. I'm looking for possible fillers for Frostlass, and I saw Miss Magius, so I was like, wow, we lose 5 speed, but we gain like 30 special attack, and no, I'm sorry, we gain 20 special attack and 30 special defense. Lose a little bit in our physical stats, but I'm not super worried about that. Basically, Miss Magius has all the utility that I would utilize Frostlass for, except for spikes. We also gain Will-O-Wisp, which is going to be really useful, having 4 Will-O-Wispers on the team. Just as well, we gain access to things like Nasty Plot, Calm Mind, and we get to keep our Ghost type for Spin Blocker, as well as being able to eat normal hits. So, I feel like Miss Magius is going to do a lot better. Any He-Man fans out there? Yes? No? Well, I hope so, because you're not going to get this reference otherwise. Please welcome Saskia the Sneasel and Orko the Miss Magius to the team. With that being said, guys, I'm excited for this. I've already sat down and, well, I'm familiar with both of them really well. I mean, more so familiar with Weavile, but Sneasel's just like a couple notches down. But I look forward to utilizing them. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to week 4 or not. If I am, then you might see them. I haven't prepped yet, because I don't know if I can use these mons yet. J-Specs told me I could. Phantom Base told me I couldn't. I'm waiting on a verdict here. But either way, I'll have them for week 5. So Yuma, I'm coming for you, man. Be ready. Alright, guys. That's about it for me. Check back. By now, it will be tomorrow for our week 3 match. And I hope you guys are looking forward to that. It was a great match. But I will see you next time. Have a good day, and stay frosty.